Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Betting Insights. I'm Timothy alongside Sergio. Sergio, welcome.
Hey Tim, hey everybody.
Yes, welcome, everybody. If you're new to the show, be sure to subscribe. Also, smash the like button. If you're new, we are giving out picks for 5 different club competitions across Europe: Serie A, La Liga, Bundesliga, Eredivisie, and the Premier League. Now, this week, no Premier League action because of the FA Cup, so we're kind of skipping the Premier League. We're skipping England football, but we'll give our picks for the other 4 competitions like we always do. So let's not waste time. Let's get started. Today we are starting with the Serie A. Now, usually we record Friday late, maybe Saturday early. This week we're recording a little bit early, so we might want to touch on the Friday games. Usually not that interesting, but I got one here. Como hosting Juventus. Como wins set at 3.95. Juventus wins set at 2.04. Sergio, are you doing something here?
Here I think the most logical one, Friday. I think Juventus will definitely try to win this game because it is I think one of the opponents that can make sure that they have a back-to-back win for for a long time. I think for Juventus.
Yes,
They
a very long time.
um,
Juventus has won 2 games in the last 9.
no, right. See, so that's what I made. So and against Como, yeah, they had a good game against Empoli, and Como is around the same level. So I think it's an away game, but still, I think Juventus will go for a win, and it's also very good odds.
Yeah, like the odds kind of surprised me 2-1. Like great odds for Juventus, but I think there's a reason. I'm not sure Juventus wins this game. Now, I don't think they will lose this game, but I'm not sure they win this game. So my play here would be I'm taking a double chance for Juventus and I'm parlaying that with over 1.5 goals for the game. Like Juventus, they started of the season very strong defensively. Last couple of games, not so much. The only clean sheet they kept was in the Champions League game you were at, when they were played at Bruges. But other than that,
Yes, but
they
then they didn't
allowed.
score also. So,
What did you say?
but then they didn't score also.
Yeah,
So
they didn't score, so they didn't score. So other than that, they've allowed a goal in almost every game, going back to the last 12 games. So defense, bit of a concern. I think Como at home will score a goal, so we should see at least over 1.5 goals. Maybe Juventus wins 2-0. You also get over 1.5 goals, but I'm taking a double chance Juventus and over 1.5 goals because I'm not sure they win this game. But I would agree with you. A lot of value on Juventus. All right, next game. Hellas Verona hosting Atalanta. Verona wins 6.4. Atalanta wins set at 1.53. Now, Atalanta, bit of a rough stretch here. 3 straight games where they've kind of underperformed. But I do think this is a good bounce back spot. They lost against Bologna, the 1-0. Before that, 2 draws. Now, one against Barcelona. Maybe nothing wrong with that. But the last 2 games, Bologna and Torino, kind of disappointing results. So I think this is a good bounce back spot. 1.53, not great value, but sneaky good value for Atalanta going against Verona. What do you think?
yeah, they've won 1 out of 5 in the Serie A. So yeah, against Hellas Verona, you'd think so, but I'm still hesitating. I would still go for the over 2.5. Atalanta at the moment, especially because it's an away game. If they were playing at home, I would give it to them, but away, yeah, I'll go for the over 2.5 and also a little bit more value.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with the over 2.5 because Atalanta obviously a very high scoring team, 49 goals scored already, and Verona 48 goals allowed. So Atalanta should win, and if they win, they probably could easily score 3 goals in this game. So I'm not mad at the over 2.5. All right, next up, Empoli hosting AC Milan. Empoli wins set at 5.5. AC Milan wins set at 1.7. Now, AC Milan catching 1.7 here. I think this is great value. Not 2 to 1 or over 2 to 1, but 1.7 against Empoli, great value. You saw what Juventus did against Empoli, 4-1 after being down 1-0. AC Milan has lost. They've lost 2 games since they hired the new coach. One was the Champions League game against Zagreb, where they played with 10 men, received a red card. The other one on the road against Juventus. This one's also on the road, but Empoli nowhere near the level of Juventus. So I'm really taking AC Milan here, 1.7. I think this is great value. What do you think?
Yes, I agree. This game, I agree with you. Just go for Milan. I think Milan and Juventus are the two teams in the Serie A this weekend. That's almost guarantee win.
All right. Now, next game, Torino hosting Genoa. I had got nothing for that game. You got something there?
No, also not.
All right, so skipping that game. All right, next up, Venezia hosting Roma. Venezia wins set at 4.7. Roma wins set at 1.75. Now, line for total goals again, 2.5. Now, Roma, I think they will win this game. I don't really trust Roma on the road, but if you're going to win a road game against Venezia, that should be the spot. Second to worst team in the league. Roma coming off a loss against AC Milan, so they will be looking to bounce back. Well, if you look at the road record, not great. Like I said, 1 win in the last 5, and if you want to go even further, 1 win in the last like 10 or 15 away games. So kind of a concern. Only road win this season was against Udinese. This should be number 2, right?
Yes, it has to be number two. I don't think they'll have a bigger chance at winning an away game this season than it is against Venezia. So actually, Roma now in the top 10, still a little bit too high for what I will see they're performing this season. So against Venezia, I would go for Roma also.
Yeah, they're still a bit high, but it's not like the teams that are below Roma are like performing any better, right? So
Yeah, so it's around the same.
yeah. All right. Next up, Cagliari hosting Parma again in a game where I don't really have a dog in that fight. Do you got something for that game?
No, also not.
All right. Next up, Lazio hosting Monza. Lazio wins set at 1.4. Monza wins set at 9. Line for total goals 2.5. Now, Lazio 1.4, not great value, of course, but Lazio being at home playing against the worst team in the league, you can maybe look to parlay Lazio with maybe AC Milan or maybe an Atalanta over 2.5, like we said. That could give you some value. Or you could parlay Lazio with Napoli Udinese, a game where we will touch on in a bit. But Lazio should win this game. I'm not sure about the over 2.5 because I don't trust Monza to score. This could be like a 1-0 or 2-0 game. What do you think?
Yeah, maybe Lazio over 1.5. That would be something I would try. And there's not too much value in backing Lazio, but like you said, probably with maybe AC Milan or one of the other games in one of the other competitions. But I would go for the over 1.5 for Lazio.
All right, catching some value there. All right, next up, Lecce hosting Bologna. Lecce wins set at 4.5. Bologna wins set at 1.91. Line for total goals 2.5. Now, obviously, Bologna is the better team here, but I'm not so sure about Bologna on the road. They've won 2 games in the last 8 against Torino, and now, of course, the last one against Atalanta. But other than that, a lot of draws, man. Really a lot of draws. So I think this could be another draw on the road. Now, Lecce, obviously, they don't score a lot, just 18 goals scored on the season. But in the last 3 games, they got shut out against Inter 4-0, but they did win 3-1 against Parma. Also a 3-1 win against Empoli and a 4-1 loss against Lecce. So they've scored 7 goals in the last 4 games, which is a lot for Lecce. So now being at home, maybe they get a goal here. So I think a double chance for Lazio, for Bologna is the play here. I'm not just sure they win this game. What do you think?
The two games they won in the last six were both away games. Lecce won. So at home, they're not that good, it seems. So, but for Bologna, back-to-back away games, there's always a problem. You win one, you lose one, or maybe a win and a draw, and they already won. So I wouldn't exactly go for the win here. Maybe just go for the double chance for Lecce.
Yeah, and I kind of agree with you. Back-to-back road games and back-to-back road games on a short week because they played midweek, while Lecce had rest, and playing on the weekends. Bologna obviously also playing on the weekends. So Bologna kind of played an extra game. Lecce has the rest advantage. Bologna back-to-back road games, not a spot where you really want to back Bologna. I agree with you there. All right, next up, Napoli hosting Udinese. Napoli wins set at 1.44. Udinese wins set at 8. Line for total goals again, 2.5. Now, again, Napoli, they had a bad loss coming into the season. First game of the season, got beaten by Verona. But other than that, man, they've been great. They've only lost to Lazio twice, and against Atalanta. Other than that, a lot of wins, couple of draws, but maybe I think like 2 draws. But other than that, just flat out wins. So this could be another 1-0, maybe 2-0 game. Uh, Low chance of a 2-1, but possibly 1-0, 2-0 if you've been watching the Napoli game. So, like I said, may want to parlay Lazio with Napoli. That's about it. Not really looking to do anything else here. What about you?
Uh, I would still go for the over 2.5. When these two play against each other, usually more than 2 goals are being scored. So Napoli is playing at home. This time, I think they definitely want to, try uh, extend their lead or keep it firm on top. So I would still go for the over 2.5.
Yeah, I'm not saying the over 2.5 is impossible, but this is a different Napoli. Know you're looking at the head-to-head matchup between these two teams. A lot of goals usually, but this is a different Napoli team. You know who the coach is. He wants to defend, score a goal, lock things up at the back. So I'm not sure about the over 2.5. I would just go for the Napoli win here. But like I said, there's a chance for the over 2.5, but I think it's a low chance. All right. Last up, a Monday game, Inter hosting Fiorentina. Inter wins set at 1.44. Fiorentina wins set at 8. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, this is a crazy line considering Fiorentina just beat Inter 3-0 a couple hours ago. So, kind of a crazy line here. Where are you going?
Yes, yes, no, no, I would, you know, it was now they're playing at home, so that's something different, and this is the league, so you can compare that, I think, and yeah, and now Fiorentina already won, so I don't expect them to win. Um, 2 games in 1 week against Inter. Yeah, no. So this time you just need to go for Inter.
I would agree. Now, the game they played today was also a league game, but it's like the game that got suspended a couple of weeks ago. Um, it got suspended after 15 minutes, so now they played the rest of the game. Fiorentina won 3-0. But I kind of agree with everything you said. Inter now at home. You just lost to this team. Inter's been great at home. You don't want to lose back-to-back games, especially against the same team. So Inter being at home, I would agree with you. We usually don't like the Monday games, but backing Inter here is the spot. All right, that wraps up Serie A. Let's get to La Liga. First game, a Friday game, Fridays, which we don't love. And this is obviously a game I don't love. Rayo hosting Valladolid. You got something here?
Yeah, no, not at all. This game, you know, a draw or just 1-1, 0-0, one of those games.
I do think Rayo can win this game. Fiola is just flat out awful, but listen, man, not backing in Rayo in this game because this man, they're still Rayo Vallecano. So, but
Yeah,
I
no,
do think in
on a
a
Friday.
yeah, but I do think Valladolid is they suck a little bit, not a little bit, a lot more than Rayo. So Rayo being at home should win that game. All right, next up. This is a game I like. Celta hosting Real Betis. Celta wins set at 2.38. Betis wins set at 3.2. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, I actually have two bets I like in this game, maybe even three. I like the over 2.5. I like Celta to win. And I also like Celta to score more than one Celta over 1.5 goals. Betis on the road is a team you just can't trust. You may look at the road record and say, well, they've won 5 out of the last 7, but 3 were in the Copa del Rey against teams nobody knows. The other one against Mallorca, who has lost 5 straight games without scoring a goal. And the other one, well, I guess against Villarreal, but they weren't really that good in that game. So
Yeah, but can you explain the confidence in you have in Celta because they lost 4 out of 5, and
yes, but at home, different story. At home, they lost the last home game, but that was their first loss in 5 games, which was against a good Bilbao team, Athletic Bilbao team. They've lost 3 games at home this season against Atletico Madrid, against Real Madrid, and against Athletic Bilbao. 3 very good to excellent teams. Betis is nowhere near that level. Give me Celta all day. Like I said, I like Celta. I like the over 2.5. I like Celta over 1.5 goals. What are your thoughts?
yeah, Betis wasn't that bad against Athletic Bilbao. They played a decent game, um, you could say. But against Celta, yeah, I understand what you mean, but still, Celta is one of the teams that you really can't trust or depend on, and especially not these difficult games. Um, and if you look at the games that they played against each other, yeah, it's also not that confident that Celta can win this game. So I would still go for just play it safe and just go for the over 2.5.
Like I said, I don't disagree with you there because I also like the over 2.5. Celta, 31 goals scored, 35 allowed. Betis has also allowed 28 goals. So a couple of bad defenses here. We should see the over 2.5. Like I said, Betis different story at home than on the road. When Betis goes on the road, not a good team. I understand what you mean about the head-to-head matchup, but this is a good bounce back spot for Celta. Like I said, only 3 home losses this season against good to very good teams. You may want to play it safe. You may want to take a double chance for Celta and same game parlay over 2.5, or like I said, Celta over 1.5 goals. No, but Betis is not winning this game. All right. Next up, Bilbao hosting Girona. Athletic Bilbao wins set at 1.65. Girona wins set at 5.6. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, Bilbao, a team I really like this season, especially at home. So catching 1.65 against a team like Girona, that's just flat out awful on the road. They won 3 road games this season. One was against 4, but okay, one was in a Copa del Rey game. Other 3 games, not against good teams, far from good teams. And other than that, 2 draws on the road, a lot of losses. So going against a excellent Bilbao team, I think this is great value catching Bilbao 1.65. What do you think?
Yeah, but Girona still in the top 10, 7 even. They're on the 7th place. Just 10 points separates these two, but
10 points
Bilbao,
is a lot,
like
huh?
you said, yeah,
10 points is a lot this
yeah,
early in the
yeah,
season.
it
No,
seems
we're
a
not
lot.
that early, but okay.
It seems a lot, yes, but of course Bilbao playing at home, and Girona. like you said, away an away team that or when they play an away game, it's also always a problem. So I would definitely go for a Bilbao win here.
All right. Glad we could agree. All right, next up, Las Palmas hosting Villarreal. Las Palmas wins set at 4.6. Villarreal wins set at 1.75. Line for total goals set at 3.5. Now, I don't really like Villarreal going on the road here, but Las Palmas kind of in a rough spot here. 5 straight games without a win. Only one draw in those 5 games against Osasuna. At home, they have been up and down, but only 3 wins at home this season. So that makes me lean towards Villarreal, even though they're being on the road. And Villarreal has won just one out of the last 5 road games. Still leaning towards Villarreal here. What do you think?
No, for me it's not a lean. I'm confident Villarreal is going to win this game. Yes, well, like you said, Las Palmas, very bad, especially the last 5 games. Just a draw against Osasuna, but yeah, I would just go for a Villarreal win.
I don't share your confidence. Like I said, Villarreal only one road win in the last 5. Like I said, I'm leaning towards them, so I do think they will win, but not. I don't share your confidence. So I'm attacking this game a different way. I'm taking Villarreal over 1.5 goals. Villarreal 44 goals scored this season. That's the third highest in the league. Well, that's crazy. Only below Barcelona and Real Madrid. So a very high scoring team against a team like Las Palmas that has allowed 36 goals this season. Villarreal should score twice here, and especially if you're right, you're confident they win, they should score twice here. A little bit less value, 1.65 versus 1.75, but I do like it, and I do think that's the safer play here. All right. Next up, Real Madrid hosting Atletico Madrid. Real Madrid wins set at 1.94. Atletico Madrid wins set at 4.1. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Now, crazy line here, at least what I think. A lot of history between these two teams. Obviously, Madrid derby. You may want to be cautious with this game, but I'm gonna take a big swing here and just go for Atletico Madrid at 4.1. Now, Real Madrid, obviously, excellent players, excellent team, but they have been disappointing in some big games this season. And I can really see Atletico Madrid shutting them down, not really keeping them scoreless, but really defending, frustrating Real Madrid, maybe even scoring first. And um, Real Madrid really can't find their way in this game. So I like Atletico Madrid here at 4.1. I do think the smart play is a double chance because you still get a lot of value at 1.86 for a double chance.
Yeah,
What do you think?
yeah. I'm not going for the double chance. I'm just going for an Atletico win, like you said. Look, I don't know, but Real they seem to have a lot of problems just controlling a game. Also, losing against Espanyol and very very difficult game against Leganes. Teams where you think that it should be easy wins for them. So I would I'm going for Atletico Madrid this weekend. I think Simeone has a good plan, and his teams are definitely, or his team is better than Leganes or Espanyol. So Real is going to be in trouble this weekend.
All right, like I said, I also like Atletico Madrid, so we're kind of both picking an upset here. Great value. You may want to sprinkle something here. Catching Atletico Madrid 4.1. I really like it. All right. Next game, Atlavis hosting Getafe. I don't have anything for that game. You got something there?
No, we can just skip this one.
All
Yeah.
right. Next up, Valencia hosting Leganes. Now, initially, I didn't have anything for this game, but then I looked at the line. I was like, 1.79 Valencia, Leganes 5.4. But Valencia is below Leganes in the standings. So I know Valencia is playing at home, but this doesn't really make that much sense. Leganes, they've caused some of the big teams some trouble this season, winning against Barcelona, really pushing Real Madrid to the edge, even a draw against Athletic Bilbao. So I don't really understand why Valencia is that heavily favored in this game. But so I do like a play here in this game, and that's Leganes plus 1.5 goals because even if Valencia were to win this game, I don't think would be by two or more scores. So you got something here.
Yeah, but yes, I'm hesitating, but Leganes is definitely the team to look, or at least go for the double chance. Um, like you said, last weekend also gave Real Madrid a very, very difficult match. So I would uh, I would go for the double chance Leganes.
Yeah. And they even beat Atletico Madrid a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, so there you go.
All right. Next up, Real Sociedad hosting Espanyol. Also a game I have nothing on. I think it would be a very boring, low-scoring game, like all Sociedad games are. Do you have something there?
No.
All right. Uh, After that, Sevilla hosting Barcelona. Sevilla wins set at 6.25. Barcelona wins set at 1.52. Line for total goals set at 3.5. Now, you've been watching Barcelona. Now, either they may score one goal or they may score five. I think they could easily get loose in this game. So I like the over 3.5 goals in this game because if Barcelona scores early, it's gonna get loose. Sevilla, not the same team from the last couple of years, really struggling this season. Goal difference of -6, so that's concerning. I like Barcelona here, and especially Barcelona knowing that Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid are facing off. That,
Yes.
yeah, that should be like peak motivation.
Yeah.
And so if either of them drop any points, and best case scenario, a draw, Barcelona should be fired up for this game. Give me the over 3.5. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I'm with you on this one. Over 3.5. That was the one that I was looking at also.
All right, we're in lockstep there. Next up, a Monday game, which we usually don't like, but this one I kind of like. Mallorca hosting Osasuna. Mallorca wins set at 2.02. Osasuna wins set at 4.4. Line for the goal set at 2.5. Now, I kind of touched on it earlier. Mallorca, five straight losses. They haven't scored a goal in those 5 games. Not one goal. Not a single goal in, in none of those games. Now, Osasuna, on the other hand, I know for some reason they both are on 30 points. So Osasuna's 8, Mallorca's 9. But Mallorca is in such a terrible form. I don't understand why they are that heavily favored in this game. So another upset I like this weekend, especially on a Monday, Osasuna winning. What do you think?
Yeah, but it all started with Mallorca against Pontevedra. The-
Yeah.
yeah, they lost 3-0, and from that point, I think it was such an embarrassment for them that they can't seem to find their groove again, But yeah, but I'm not that confident going for Osasuna. Losing five in a row, six in a row. Yeah, that would be terrible. So I would I would still go for Mallorca. I think that this is a chance for them to turn things around. Osasuna also not one of the teams that has a very good streak at the moment. So I would losing 5 games in a row. You just need to go for Mallorca.
I would have to see it to believe it. So I'm sticking on Osasuna. But it's a Monday game, so obviously I'm playing small. All right. Next up, sorry, that wraps up La Liga. So next up, Bundesliga. First game, Bayern Munich hosting Werder Bremen. Don't really have anything for that game, especially the line for the total goals being at 4.5. So, and sure,
Yeah,
sure,
that's
I'm taking the
yeah,
over four and a
that's
half.
that's fun.
Do
Yeah,
you
yeah.
think there?
And the under 4.5 is just at 1.6. So
You got nothing either?
no.
All right. That's skip that one. Next up, Mainz hosting Augsburg. Mainz wins set at 1.8. Augsburg wins set at 5. Line for total goals set at 2.5. I really like Mainz in this game. Mainz last 5 home games, 5 straight wins, and even against some good teams, they beat Dortmund, they beat Bayern Munich, they beat Stuttgart. Three excellent teams, or good to excellent teams. So I really like Mainz in this spot, being at home. Augsburg, of course, um, sometimes causes some trouble on the road, but Mainz is the far better team in far better form, especially at home. So give me Mainz. What are your thoughts?
I agree. I'm going for Mainz also, and very very interesting odds at 1.83, and even the over 2.5 at 1.9. So it's Mainz or over 2.5.
I agree with you there. I was also eyeing the over 2.5. All right, next up, Hoffenheim hosting Union, a game I have nothing on. Do you got something for that game?
No, it's also going to be a low scoring game, I'm sure.
Yeah, I would agree there. All right, next up, Dortmund hosting Stuttgart. Dortmund wins set at 1.97. Stuttgart wins set at 3.85. Line for total goals set at 3.5. Now, Dortmund, of course, under the new coach. First game was a draw against Werder Bremen, but they received an early red card. So, um, kind of not really an upset there by Werder Bremen. After that, a 3-1 win against Shakhtar, a 2-1 against Heidenheim. But not sure really where they're at, because Heidenheim obviously not a good team. Stuttgart, they bounced back after 3 straight losses with a 1-0 win over Augsburg. And obviously they haven't scored a lot in the last 4 games. None of those games they've scored over 1 goal. But I do think they will score over 1 goal in this game. So I'm taking Stuttgart over 1.5 goals at 2.23, 2.33. Think that's really good value. Dortmund, they really can't keep clean sheets. They can't defend. A team like Stuttgart should take advantage of that. What do you got in this game?
Yeah, then the over 3.5 seems interesting, but gut feeling, just going from a gut feeling, I'm going for a Stuttgart win here. I still think Stuttgart, a little better, and Dortmund, I'm not sure they solved all their problems yet. So the win against Shakhtar, yes, okay, but Heidenheim was the second team. So yeah, Stuttgart is from another level. So difficult weekend. I think they're gonna have the same problem Real Madrid is gonna have this weekend.
All right. I don't really disagree with you. Stuttgart, very good chance of upsetting Dortmund here. All right. But I do think that if Stuttgart were to win, they should score more than once, which is why I'm taking Stuttgart over 1.5 goals. So I still think that's the safer play, but I do think Stuttgart is absolutely live to win this game. All right, next up, Freiburg hosting Heidenheim. Freiburg wins set at 1.76. Heidenheim wins set at 4.8. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now the over 2.5 is sitting at 1.74, and Freiburg win just 1.76. So almost the same. So I'm rather taking the over 2.5 than playing Freiburg for a win. I do think Freiburg will win this game, but I'm just gonna stick with the over 2.5, because these teams really can't keep any clean sheets. Neither of these teams. I know Freiburg beat Bochum 1-0, so they shut out Bochum, but come on, man, it's Bochum. It's a team that can't score, worst team in the league. Other than that, these teams don't really keep clean sheets. So I like the over 2.5. Freiburg, 36 goals allowed. Heidenheim, 42 goals allowed. Do you have a play here?
I agree. The last 5 games they played, it were, uh, three of them, or all 4 of them were over 2 goals. So yeah, I agree with the over 2.5, but um, playing it safe, I should call it. I still go for a Freiburg win.
All right, I think the safer play is the over 2.5, but like I said, I do think Freiburg will win this game, so I don't disagree with you, but I think the safer play is the over 2.5. All right. Next up, Wolfsburg hosting Leverkusen. Wolfsburg wins set at 4.6. Leverkusen wins set at 1.8. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, I think 2.5 is way too low in this game. This line should be 3.5. So obviously I'm taking the over 2.5. Leverkusen 49 goals scored, Wolfsburg 43 goals scored. The over 2.5, really my favorite play for this game. But I do think Wolfsburg is very live to win this game. Leverkusen, they started with the season very, let's say, mediocre. Then they kind of picked things up. Now they're on a hot streak. The loss against Atletico Madrid notwithstanding. But in good form now. I still think going on the road against Wolfsburg that they have been streaky this season could be a problem. What are your thoughts?
Yes, it could be a problem. Yes, but I think Bayer Leverkusen, they haven't. Did they play during the week? No.
Yeah, they played against Keulen and they played extra time.
Ah, yeah, they played extra time. Ah, yeah, then then maybe it will be difficult. Yes, I think that's the only reason that that they will get it maybe a little bit difficult this weekend. But don't don't count them out. I'm not doing that. But double chance Wolfsburg. I would go for the over 2.5.
Yeah, like I said, Overturn is also my favorite play for this game. But like you said, Leverkusen playing midweek, playing extra time, Wolfsburg being a very good team, not as good as Leverkusen, but the fact that they're playing at home and more rest gives them some advantage. So I really like Wolfsburg. I think they're live to win this game. And obviously, Leverkusen, um, they're gonna lose some games, and what better game to lose than going at Wolfsburg? All right. Next up, Gladbach hosting Eintracht Frankfurt. Gladbach wins set at 2.7. Frankfurt wins set at 2.6. Line total goal set at 3.5. Now, this game almost to pick 'em 2.7 and 2.6. And I think the goals for 3.5, it's about right. So I'm not I'm not sure about touching the over 3.5, not sure about touching the under 3.5. I'm leaning towards Gladbach in this game because Frankfurt, they haven't been great on the road in the last 6 games. Only one win against St. Pauli, a draw against Hoffenheim, which Hoffenheim isn't very good at the moment. A loss against AS Roma. So Gladbach, we know, kind of a tough place to play usually. Good home crowd. So I'm leaning towards Gladbach in this game, but not sure there will be a winner in this game. What do you think?
Yeah, the lean is understandable. You know, they did play a good game against Stuttgart, and they won it. But Frankfurt, you know, there's maybe a little bit sand in the engine, but they're still third. So you know, it's a team that you know can just turn things around at any moment. But Gladbach, it will be a difficult game. A lean towards Gladbach uh, for me, but to play it safe, I would maybe go for uh, a double
Yeah,
chance for Frankfurt.
I understand, but low value there. A game I'm not going heavy on. All right, next up, Kiel hosting Bochum. I think this might be one of your favorite games of the weekend. I have no play in this game. Do you got something?
No, no, also that, yeah.
Yeah, just joking. Obviously, this will be a horrible game. All right. Next up, Leipzig hosting St. Pauli. Leipzig wins set at 1.6. St. Pauli wins set at 5.75. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Now, obviously, St. Pauli, a team that doesn't allow too many goals, so not touching the over 2.5 here. But I do like Leipzig. Really like them to win this game. Obviously, they're the better team. They're playing at home. 3 straight games without a win now, and just one in the last 5. And that was against Sporting in the Champions League. So in the Bundesliga, the winless streak goes even further. Now being at home, hosting St. Pauli at home, where they've been very good. Now 5 straight games without a loss. They've won 4 out of those games. The only draw was against Leverkusen, and obviously St. Pauli is not on the level of Leverkusen. So I really like Leipzig here. What do you think?
Yeah, yeah, Leipzig win. I agree. One win. out of six. So now playing St. Pauli, yeah, it should be a win and nothing else. So I'm on Leipzig also.
All right. Next, sorry, that wraps up the Bundesliga. Next up, Eredivisie. First game, Heracles hosting Go Ahead Eagles. Heracles wins set at 3.35. Go Ahead Eagles win set at 2.2. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Now, Heracles, they beat Utrecht in the cup game. Kind of a surprising win there. But I don't think they have enough to make it back-to-back wins here against a Go Ahead Eagles team that is very solid. So I really like Go Ahead Eagles here in this game. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, Go Ahead Eagles. They're on a roll at the moment. So yeah, so I think I would also go for the Go Ahead Eagles win. Heracles, one of the teams struggling a lot in the Eredivisie, and yeah, Go Ahead. I think Go Ahead won like how many games in a row already? Or...
Well, they have a draw against the draw against Twente 2 games ago. So there are a couple of draws and sprinkled in between. But the last game they lost was on the 1st of December last year. So more than 2 months without a loss.
Yeah, so that's why I would just go for the Go Ahead Eagles win.
All right, we agree there. All right, next up, PSV hosting Willem 2. PSV wins set at 1.13. Willem 2 wins set at 21. Line for total goals set at 3.5. Now, obviously, low value backing PSV here, but I do like the over 3.5 goals here because I don't even think I need help from Willem 2 to push this over 3.5. PSV being at home, they could just go loose here and score 4, 5 goals. Do you have a play here?
Yeah, it's the first time I think in a long time that PSV didn't concede a goal. So I think when they played against Feyenoord, yesterday they played against Feyenoord. I think
Yeah.
one
No, yeah, yesterday. Yeah.
yesterday, yes, 2-0. So yes, I would still go for a PSV win and both teams to score. I think Willem II is going to score a goal again against PSV.
That really gives you really good value because both teams to score is sitting at 2-1, so um, you can catch some great value there. All right, next up, Groningen hosting NEC. Groningen wins set at 3.2. NEC wins set at 2.6. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Now, obviously, NEC not a great team, but I do think they're solid. All right, they have a goal difference of +3, while Groningen has a goal difference of -13. Groningen is just flat out awful. The only game they won in the last 2 months was the derby at home against Heerenveen. They even lost to Sparta last weekend. And we kind of had that right because we had Groningen plus 1.5 goals, if I remember correctly. So we still cashed on that one. But listen, man, Groningen, even though they're at home, I think they're awful. NEC should win this game. What do you think?
Yes, I agree. I'm on NEC also this weekend. Groningen, very very disappointing. They started the season very well, but after that, everything is just going wrong for them. Um, the win against Heerenveen, it was a lucky win, I think. So yeah, I would just go for the NEC win. Very great value.
Yes, we agree there. All right, next up, Feyenoord hosting Sparta. Feyenoord wins set at 1.38. Sparta wins set at 8.5. Line for the goal set at 2.5. Sparta, okay, Sparta won against Groningen, but I think we said everything that needed to be said about Groningen, so it doesn't really mean that Sparta is good. I know back-to-back wins, the win against AZ, kind of fluky. Still don't trust them. Going on the road here against a Feyenoord team that's eager for a win here. I think Feyenoord halftime, full-time is a good spot. What do you think?
Yeah, yes, I agree. Or yeah, the over 2.5. Yeah, it's still no value, but I would go for the over 2.5. I don't think Sparta's gonna score. That's gonna be very difficult for them already. Scoring a goal will be like a win for them. I think so. Yeah, but over 2.5. Feyenoord will score all the goals. Feyenoord needs a good win. They really do. So I think Sparta's gonna pay the price.
All right, we agree there. For me, Feyenoord halftime, full time. All right, next up, Utrecht hosting Almere City. Utrecht wins set at 1.41. Almere City wins set at 8.5. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Now, I'm going to take the under 2.5 goals here because I don't think Almere City scores in this game. Um, Almere City, obviously, worst team in the league, only 11 goals scored in 20 games. And Utrecht, I know they allow goals, but against Almere City, they shouldn't, right? They lost against Heracles, so they're looking for a bounce back spot. 4 games without a win now, being at home. I think they will shut down Almere City. What do you think?
Yeah, losing against Heracles, yeah, was very disappointing for them. A draw, 3 games in a row. I think they all thought, yeah, against Heracles, so now should be a win. But yeah, but it turned out, it turned out to be something else. So I would just go all in for Utrecht this weekend.
Yeah, but low value. So maybe you can parlay
Over two and a
Utrecht
half.
with Feyenoord. That gives you some good value. Just parlaying Utrecht with Feyenoord. All right. Next up, Fortuna hosting Ajax. Fortuna wins set at 6.25. Ajax wins set at 1.55. Line for total goal set at 3.5. Now, the reason I'm touching on this game because last week, Feyenoord Ajax, you called a 1-1 draw. I told you it would be a 2-1 win for Ajax, and guess who was right? Yes, me.
Yes, you were right on the few seconds.
Thumbs pointing towards me. Yes, you were trending towards being right when Weghorst missed that penalty. I was like, God damn it, this guy's gonna be right. It's gonna be one score. But of course, I got saved in injury time. A 2-1 win for Ajax. So my ticket Ajax over 1.5 goals cashed and kind of a correct prediction winning 2-1. And you were almost correct 1-1, but you were wrong. All right.
Yes.
What do you think about this game?
Yeah, no, this game, Ajax is a little bit on a roll now, and for Ajax, of course, they need to if they win this game, it's gonna be starting to get a little bit difficult for PSV. So Ajax they played 1 game less, I think. So if they win both games, they're on the top spot. So yeah, I think against Fortuna, um, Ajax isn't going to have too much trouble with Fortuna.
Yeah, and Fortuna obviously not in good shape. You were kind of on them last weekend, and a draw was still good value because Fortuna winning was like over 4-1. You had kind of had them for an outright win because for good reasons you thought they would win that game, but still they got outplayed by Heerenveen with a Heerenveen team that's not really that good. I know they play well at home, but still Heerenveen's not that good. So going up against Ajax, I do believe Ajax should win this game very easily. All right, next up, a game I really don't like, not gonna watch, have nothing on. RKC hosting Breda. Do you have something on that game?
Yeah, RKC, 2 games in a row.
Yeah,
Winning.
right.
Yeah, so against Breda, Breda is one of the teams that you really,
Really sneaky team.
yes, really sneaky team, and you know, and and even if they're playing away, so but I agree with you. I think this game is gonna end in a draw.
All right. I'm skipping that game. Next up, Heerenveen hosting Twente. Heerenveen wins set at 4.1. Twente wins set at 1.89. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Now, I usually don't like Twente on the road, but I do like them in this game. Last week, I said Heerenveen when they're playing at home, they look like a different team. They play very well at home, as they did last week, weren't able to win. But still, Twente on the road against Heerenveen, I still believe Twente will win this game. Twente is the far better team here. And we kind of saw they were kind of unlucky last weekend against the Go Ahead Eagles. Didn't win this game. That game was a draw, so I do think they will win this one. What do you got in this game?
Yes, I couldn't agree more. I would I'm definitely on Twente this weekend. Actually, one of my favorite bets this weekend. I can't believe it's on 1.9 for Twente. They have the top scorer in the Eredivisie in their team, so I sure think he's gonna score also. So yeah, I'm going for a Twente win.
All
And
right.
maybe even Twente win and Sam Stain to score.
Yeah, shoot in if you want to spice things up.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, AZ hosting PEC. AZ win set at 1.4. PEC win set at 8. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Kind of low value for AZ winning and over 2.5. But I do think AZ will win this game. Kind of they played in midweek against Quick Boys, but at home, no travel. Now back-to-back home games. 3 wins in the last 5. Kind of 2 bad losses, but the Europa League game they really didn't have anything to play for, so counted as 1 loss in the last 5. At home here, I do think they will win this game. The loss against Sparta was kind of fluky. What do you think?
Yeah, no, it will just be a AZ win. Yeah, but like you said, low value. I don't think Paxvolle, I think their luck is gonna end there. Is gonna end here, 3-3 against Utrecht, 1 against Fortuna, 1 against PSV. Yeah, it needs to stop somewhere, and I think it's gonna be this weekend against AZ.
All right. Now that wraps up the Eredivisie and that wraps up all picks and leans. Like we said, no Premier League actions. We're going to give a quick recap for our best bets. I have Bilbao for a win. I have Celta, Betis over 2.5. I have Villarreal over 1.5 goals. Mainz for a win, Leipzig for a win, AC Milan for a win. Sergio, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna go hard this weekend. I'm gonna go for the Juventus, AC Milan, Atletico Madrid, Stuttgart, Leipzig, NEC, and Twente.
Some good odds there. I like them. All right, guys, that wraps up the picks for this upcoming weekend. Like we always say, bet smart, bet with your head, set your limits, and stay within your means. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Yeah, good weekend, everybody.